I slammed my hand on the table. Pissed I couldn't focus on anything anymore. Not even the damn witch out in the bayou. Audrienne McCullough had to be found. We'd gone off lockdown a week or two after the witch had shown herself, but the whole pride was still on high alert, combined with hypervigilance. At least all the bayou deaths had stopped when Darius died, and the authorities went back to leaving us alone. We'd only just finished breakfast, and my brain refused to cooperate. At least the rest of the warriors at the table seemed to be invested in the topic. They batted ideas back and forth, plans of attack, ways to hunt the bayou, and the tang of exhaustion singed my nose. The whole LaFourche Magnolia Pride was more than tired. Yet we weren't any closer to tracking her down than we'd been when she stepped into our lives and screwed everything up. I drummed my fingers on the boardroom table. How long until we lost more lives to this unending stalemate? 24 enforcers, or perhaps a third of our total number remaining at home, surrounded a large banquet table in the meeting room in the basement of the Pride headquarters buildings. The rest were out searching, hunting, and tracking for any clues or details about our elusive prey. Their conversations continued at a low murmur, and the sounds turned into a dull hum in the back of my brain. The enforcers were more tired than I was. Anthony Holder, my fated mate, demanded I stay in the warded places in the headquarters buildings owned by the Pride. One of 2 buildings he owned in the historic downtown that were connected by a breezeway. Obliging him was a full-time job on its own, and it infuriated me more and more to be trapped inside because it was safer. Swiping a book from the pile at the corner of the meeting table, I opened it to the marked page. The list of kinds of witches and magical combinations seemed endless. I slammed the volume closed and tossed it back on the pile. The chair creaked as I leaned back. I'd read all the books Joey Book, ironically the Pride librarian, had brought. None of the information was new or helpful anymore. Anthony glanced at me. "You okay?" "Fine," I bit out with more acid in my tone than I intended. So I patted his hand and added, "I'm fine, love. I'm as frustrated as the rest of the Pride is." 24 heads nodded in agreement, and Anthony turned back to the map of the bayou and the discussion at hand. I'd grown too pissed and tired of the endless shit to be any more help today. We'd been searching for 90 days, trying to find our enemy, and I was getting sick of being stuck downstairs, stuck in a holding pattern where we weren't allowed to leave the 2 buildings. We had 1,000 annoyances every day. Our stored food inexplicably spoiled. The armored Pride vehicles all had flat tires on the same day. The electric cut out for 48 hours. The list of inconveniences went on, but they all added up to one powerful witch named Audrienne McCullough, who hated us. 3 months. How had our enemy managed to remain hidden so long?